Hello everyone and welcome back to Shiksha Therapy. I am Lalit Parihar and today we are going to discuss the next important topic of pharmacokinetics, drug distribution and volume of distribution, commonly known as VD. In the previous lecture we discussed how a drug is absorbed into systemic circulation, but what happens after the drug enters the blood? How does it react to different organs and tissues, and what does volume of distribution actually tells us? Let us understand these concepts in a simple way. Drug distribution is the reversible transfer of a drug between blood and blood tissue. In simple words, once a drug enters systemic circulation, it moves from blood into interstitial fluid, cells, and finally towards the target site. The process is dynamic and reversible. This means a drug can move from blood to tissues and can also return from tissues back into the blood. Distribution depends mainly on blood flow to the tissue and the ability of the drug to cross capillary and cell membrane. Clinically, distribution can influence the onset, intensity, and duration of action. Factor affecting drug distribution. So, several factors are there. First is blood flow. Highly perfused organs receive the drug more rapidly. Second is capillary permeability. Different capillary structure allow different degree of drug movement. Third is ionization. Generally, the unionized form of a drug cross biological membrane more easily. Another important factor is plasma protein binding. Protein binding can temporarily restrict the immediate distribution of a drug. Lipid solubility is also important because lipophilic drugs cross cell membrane more rapidly. Finally, tissue binding can cause drugs to accumulate in fat, bone, or other tissues. So, drug distribution depends on both the property of the drugs and the characteristic of the tissue. Drug distribution is strongly influenced by organ perfusion. The visceral rich group, including the brain, heart, liver, and kidney, they receive drugs rapidly because of high blood flow. Muscles and skin shows intermediate distribution. Adipose tissues has lowest initial uptake, but it can store large amount of lipophilic drugs. Bone and connective tissues are poorly perfused, so drug equilibrium is much slower. Simple point याद रखिए, high blood flow means faster initial drug delivery. In some cases, a drug may later move from highly perfused organ to other tissues. This process is called redistribution. Now let us understand plasma protein binding. In the blood, drugs may exist in two forms, bond drug and free drug. The bond drug is attached to plasma protein and generally cannot cross biological membrane rapidly. It acts as a temporary reservoir. The free or unbound drug can cross membrane, either tissue, it can enter either in tissue uh, or bind to the receptors and undergo metabolism and be excreted. The two forms remain in dynamic equilibrium. As free drug leaves the blood, some bond drug is released from the protein. The major plasma binding proteins include albumin and alpha 1 acid glycoproteins. The key concept is only the free drug is immediately available for distribution and pharmacological action. Drug may also bind to different tissues and form drug reservoir. Lipophilic drugs can accumulate in adipose tissues and may be released slowly over time. Some drugs can bind to mineral components of bone and remain there for a longer duration. Certain compounds may show high affinity for melanin containing tissues. Drugs may also bind to intracellular proteins, phospholipids and cell organelles. इसलिए टिश्यू बाइंडिंग ड्रग के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और ड्यूरेशन ऑफ एक्शन दोनों को इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकते हैं. Drug distribution is also affected by special biological barriers like blood-brain barrier, triple B भी हम बोलते हैं. This contains tight endothelial junctions that restrict the entry of many polar and ionized drugs into the brain. The blood CSF barrier also limits the penetration of many substances. The placenta can also influence drug transfer, but remember, the placenta is not an absolute barrier. Drug transfer across the placenta depend on the physicochemical properties of the drug. In addition, influx and efflux transporters can significantly influence drug exposure in different tissues. Now we come to the most important concept of this lecture, apparent volume distribution or VD. VD relates the total amount of drug present in the body to its measured concentration in plasma. In simple terms, it tells us the apparent extent of drug distribution in the body. The formula is VD equals the amount of drug in the body divided by plasma drug concentration. Low VD generally suggests that the drug remains mainly in plasma or extracellular fluid. High VD suggests extensive distribution or binding within tissues, resulting in a relatively low plasma concentration. Remember, VD is an apparent volume, not necessarily a real anatomical volume. Let us understand how to interrupt VD. A very low VD suggests that the drug is mainly confined to the plasma compartment. Somewhat higher VD may include distribution into the extracellular fluids. VD cross to total body water suggests wider distribution throughout body fluids. And when the VD is much larger than total body water, it usually indicates extensive tissue distribution or tissue binding. Simple concept, lower VD means more drug remains in the blood, while higher VD generally indicates greater tissue distribution. ठीक है. हमारी बॉडी में लगभग 42 लीटर फ्लूइड होता है. अगर किसी ड्रग का वॉल्यूम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सबसे ज्यादा हाई है तो 42 लीटर तक हो सकता है. वो ड्रग वही हो सकती है जिनकी लिपिड सॉल्युबिलिटी हाई हो एंड मॉलिक्यूलर साइज बहुत कम हो, तो वो हमारी बॉडी में पूरे फ्लूइड तक जा सकती है. और किसी ड्रग का हमारा 5 to 6 लीटर भी हो सकता है. मींस जो ड्रग है वो ब्लड में ही रुक गई है, पूरी बॉडी में वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं हो पा रही है, उसका वॉल्यूम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कम है क्योंकि उसका मॉलिक्यूलर साइज बड़ा हो सकता है और लिपिड में उसकी सॉल्युबिलिटी कम हो सकती है. Volume distribution has an important clinical application in calculating the loading dose. Loading dose is an initial dose given to the rapidly achieve the desired target plasma concentration. The relationship is loading dose equals target plasma concentration multiplied by VD divided by bioavailability. So if a drug has a larger VD, larger loading dose may be required to achieve the desired plasma concentration. For non-intravenous route, bioavailability must also be considered. In simple words, VD helps us estimate how much drug is needed to reach the desired target concentration. So drug distribution can change in different clinical conditions. In hypoalbumin, जो हमारी प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन थी एल्ब्यूमिन, अगर वो कम हो रही है, द फ्री फ्रैक्शन ऑफ हाईली प्रोटीन बाउंड ड्रग में इंक्रीज. इन शॉक, reduced tissue perfusion can limit drug delivery to different organs. In obesity, the distribution of lipophilic drugs may change because of increased adipose tissue. During pregnancy, change in plasma volume and protein binding can alter drug distribution. Similarly, edema or expanded extracellular fluid volume can affect the distribution of hydrophilic drugs. Displacement from protein binding site may also temporarily change the free drug concentration. Therefore, patient-related factors must be considered while selecting and adjusting drug dose. तो ऐसी ड्रग जिनका थेरापेटिक इंडेक्स लो होता है या टॉक्सिक होती हैं, उनका हमें इंडिविजुअल पर्सन के अकॉर्डिंग हमें उनका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देखना चाहिए. So, quickly summarize today's lecture. Drug distribution is the dynamic and reversible movement of drug between blood and tissue. High perfused organ receive drug more rapidly. Free and protein bound drug fraction remains dynamic equilibrium, and the free drug is immediately available for distribution and action. Special barriers such as blood-brain barrier can restrict the distribution of certain drugs. Volume distribution relates the amount of drug in the body to its plasma concentration. And clinically, VD is particularly useful in calculating the loading dose, जो हमें सबसे पहले देनी है, कितना अमाउंट हमें चाहिए जिससे कि एक्शन हो जाए, स्टार्ट हो जाए. So understanding drug distribution help us predict where a drug goes and how much dose may be required to achieve the desired therapeutic concentration. So that was our discussion on drug distribution and volume distribution. In the next lecture, we will discuss drug metabolism, phase 1 and phase 2 reactions. Thank you for watching Shiksha Therapy. If you found this lecture helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Keep learning.